Hello, my friends. Welcome to another video here on Box F1. Today we bring you a complete summary of everything that happened during the qualifying session for the Monaco GP, the most important qualifying session of the season. On a circuit so difficult to overtake, a good result on Saturday can mean victory on Sunday. Let's get into what happened on the track. Ferrari arrived as the big favorite, with Charles Leclerc showing a very strong performance throughout the weekend, clocking much better times than Max Verstappen and exciting his fans in Monaco. Speaking of Verstappen, the driver has had problems with his Red Bull this weekend, as the updates brought by the team seem to have altered the car's performance, causing some issues. The RB20 has been bouncing a lot, forcing the drivers to push beyond the limits in search of a good time, which is particularly dangerous in Monaco. Another surprise so far during the practice sessions was Lewis Hamilton, who appeared strong, with chances of securing the front rows, along with the McLaren cars. So with all this context, let's move on to the first part of qualifying, Q1, which lasts 18 minutes. When the session started, the first cars to hit the track were from Mercedes and Williams, with Hamilton being the first to attempt a fast lap. A few seconds later, everyone else joined the track, promising to congest it and significantly increasing the risk of several drivers being hampered, making the chances of not advancing to Q2 very high. After the first attempt by everyone, the Haas duo was the fastest, with Hulkenberg in the lead, followed by the McLaren cars. Verstappen was only in 6th, and Leclerc in 8th place. Sainz and Pérez also couldn't set good laps and were in the elimination zone. Before stopping in the pits, most drivers made a second attempt at a fast lap. After this second attempt, Piastri moved to the lead, Verstappen was second, and Leclerc again failed to set a good time, remaining close to the elimination zone, along with Sergio Perez and Lewis Hamilton. After these laps, many went to the pits to change tires and returned for another attempt in the final minutes. Some, like Leclerc, tried to take advantage of a slightly clearer track to make extra laps, needing a good time to avoid another nightmare in Monaco. This strategy worked for Leclerc, who jumped to second place with a much safer time, securing his spot in Q2. In these final attempts, Perez and Norris were under threat, with the Mercedes cars flying and moving up to the top two positions. As time expired, Norris had difficulty starting a fast lap without being hindered, and had only one attempt to save himself. Perez was also in the elimination zone and depended on his last lap to advance to Q2. Norris managed an acceptable lap and advanced to Q2, but Perez was eliminated in this first part of qualifying. A terrible result for the Red Bull driver. Fernando Alonso also had a poor performance and was eliminated. The last 5 on tomorrow's starting grid will be Zhou Guanyu in 20th, Valtteri Bottas in 19th, Sergio Perez in 18th, Logan Sargent in 17th, and Fernando Alonso in 16th, with the Racing Point, Alpine, Haas, and Alex Albon cars managing to do well and advance to Q2. In Q2, even before the session started, the cars were already lined up at the pit exit, trying to set a good lap early to avoid risks later. A curious situation occurred with Lando Norris's car, as his team had to remove debris before he could go out, which were parts of the circuit's advertising boards that came loose from the cars touching the wall. After the first lap attempt by everyone, Sainz was the fastest, Verstappen second, and Tsunoda third, with the Mercedes cars failing to set good laps and in the elimination zone, along with Alex Albon, the 2 Alpine cars, and the 2 Haas cars. Ricciardo was very close, and Ocon was hampered in several fast laps, losing time. Some opted to stop in the pits and change tires, while others stayed on the track looking for a clean lap. With 5 minutes remaining, Piastri was leading, with Russell in second and Verstappen in third, while Norris and Leclerc were close to the elimination zone. Leclerc then managed a good lap, jumping to second place and practically securing his spot in Q3. With everyone making another fast lap, Lando Norris was the fastest in Q2, with Russell in second and Piastri in third. The drivers eliminated in this second part were Kevin Magnussen, who will start 15th, Lance Stroll in 14th, Daniel Ricciardo, again with a poor performance, in 13th, Nico Hulkenberg in 12th, and Esteban Ocon in 11th. Alex Albon again managed to reach Q3, with Gasly also setting a good lap and advancing to the final part. In the decisive part, Q3, which lasts only 12 minutes, everyone went to the track right away, with the Ferrari drivers being the first to attempt their laps. In this first attempt, Leclerc already complained about something loose near the pedals of his car, but still managed to set a very good time, jumping immediately to the first position. Piastri was right behind, with other cars a bit further back. Verstappen set the third best time, Sainz the fourth, and the Mercedes cars were less impressive at this moment. After these attempts, everyone went to the pits to change tires, with Verstappen asking his team to check problems in turns 5 and 10. Alex Albon was the only one to stay on track, trying to improve his time on a clear track. After the last attempt by everyone as time expired, Charles Leclerc secured pole position in his home GP, setting a very good lap. Piastri got close, but couldn't surpass the Ferrari driver. Max Verstappen made a mistake on his last lap, hitting the barriers and failing to improve his time. Thus, Leclerc will start first, Piastri second, Sainz third, Lando Norris fourth, George Russell fifth, Max Verstappen only sixth, Lewis Hamilton seventh, Yuki Tsunoda eighth, Alex Albon ninth, and Gasly 10th. This was a good result for Tsunoda, Albon, and Gasly in Q3. This concludes the activities on the track this Saturday. Stay tuned to the channel for more updates this race weekend. Let us know in the comments what you thought of Charles Leclerc's pole position in Monaco. Do you think he will finally win his home GP this weekend?